It's been a moderately successful but frustrating year for one of the best teams in the league. Tampa Bay Damage took second to Dynasty at the first two events and fifth at the Chicago Open. They have a chameleon-like ability to shape their style of play to suit the field layout and adapt to different playing styles, but they haven't won an event since the first tournament of 2012. Though they've had some turnover recently, with a total loss of 4 players in the past 8 months, the core of the team remains the same. Chad Boucher is one of the fastest players on the D side, and Dan Holliday is always a threat wherever he plays. Brian Smith is handling on the snake side in his comeback season. Their highest-ranked player, Jason Edwards, is one of the most consistent back players in the game. And the versatile Rainey Stanzik has been a great pickup for the team. Look for Tampa Bay Damage to make a solid run for the rest of the year. Los Angeles Infamous is versatile and hungry, experienced and dangerous, and they play best when their backs are against the wall. They're known for their hot and cold play, and you just never know what you're going to get when Infamous takes the field. They've avoided getting relegated to the Challengers Division twice this year and are on the hunt for a win. Infamous's solid roster is filled with weapons in every position. Damian Ryan has played out of his mind this season and is easily their best player this year. The rest of the team has struggled with consistency, but with stars like Bobby Aviles, Drew Templeton, Brad McCurley, Nikki Cuba, and Kevin Cali Rudolph, they will always be in the running to win events.
Down here on the sidelines again, we are getting ready for the Infamous versus Damage last game of the day here, day 1 at World Cup. I'm here with Rainey Stanzik. You guys kind of had a hard loss to X Factor earlier. What do you think happened during that game?
You know, we weren't playing in pairs. We weren't communicating. I was letting my guy get up the Dorito side. So I think we adjusted that. You know, I'm going to attack more and play heads up. And that was our problem, is we were kind of trying to cross zones up. And that would allow them just to push down these sides and shoot us up the back.
Is communication tough on this field layout?
It is, but if you're on top of it and you can relay it quickly, then your guy across the field can get it. So, but it is difficult since the field plays so fast.
You guys are having a team meeting here on the sidelines. What strategy did you specifically talk about going into this to make sure you get this win?
Basically, like I said, you know, like playing pairs, work together, and like when we shoot a side out, really work in a pair to bump our guy up to the next spot and not just look the other way and let him run down the field.
If you guys are able to pull out this win, who do you think is going to be your toughest competition for the rest of the weekend?
I mean, Aftershock's playing good, Impact's playing great, but if we show up, we can beat anyone, and if we don't show up, then we're going to beat ourselves.
All right, well, coming up, Damage versus Infamous. We will see if they can win.
So welcome back here. Last game of the day, Friday's competition, 2013 World Cup. We're about to watch Tampa Bay Damage take on Los Angeles Infamous. And here is the matchup. You know, Infamous underperformed this year, so, you know, Tampa Bay Damage, and they won last event, looked really good doing it, but they need to step it up because they played terrible in the last game when they got smoked down by X Factor. But, hey, man, you just shake that off, get to the next one. Like Rainey said, it's up to them. And Infamous really hungry here for another victory. They did defeat Chicago Aftershock 7-5, but that game wasn't that pretty. So on paper, Damage definitely the favorite here, but that doesn't really matter, man. It's World Cup, and we've already seen some upsets today. And you know, honestly, the way that these two teams, I mean, yes, the way that Damage has performed this season, you got to give the advantage to Tampa Bay Damage. But Infamous today won a game, and Damage lost one. So we're about to find out who's going to win this last match of the day.
And this should make things interesting out here. Tampa Bay Damage not wanting to go 0-2. You know, this would put X Factor at 1-1. If Infamous were to lose, they would be 1-1, and that would make Damage 1-1. If Infamous was able to win this game, Infamous would be 2-0, along with Edmonton Impact, putting those two at the top of the bracket going into Saturday's competition. And then that would leave Aftershock and Damage both at 0-2. So good position, possibility right now for LA Infamous. If they can get after Tampa Bay Damage right here. But Tampa Bay Damage, never one team to go out easy. Always get a recovering Coach Skinny Kevin. But looking to capitalize, LA Infamous. Very familiar with Tampa Bay Damage. Practice them a lot down here in Florida.
So on the breakout, Infamous on your left, Damage on your right, Damage in the dye jerseys, and Infamous in the Empire jerseys. Both of them wearing similar colors, though. You can always know what team's on what side by the names on the top of your screen.
And Drew Templeton taking the walk, as you can see on the side of your screen. You got Bobby Aviles, Damian Ryan.
Yeah, Drew Templeton, first one to go. He's a star for Infamous. Needs to pick it up a little bit, get his game going, and help his team out. Ramzi El-Youssef, Timmy Probst, Daniel Holiday, Chad Bougier, Jason Edwards for Tampa Bay Damage.
Looks like Damian Ryan getting shot trying to get in the snake for Infamous. That's a big killer gone for Los Angeles Infamous, along with Drew Templeton. So Tampa Bay Damage in the early driver's seat here. 5 players left alive for them.
Chad Bougier fills out from the Snake Temple, out to the corner and around it into Snake 1. Ramzi El-Youssef bumps from the Dorito can out to the Dorito side corner. 3 bodies left alive. Brad, Nikki, and AJ Trillett. Bobby Avila's gonna come from that Snake can, make a big move all the way to Snake 1. He gets in there alive. Gonna look to get a couple shots across the field.
AJ getting some spins out there.
And there goes Daniel Holiday up into the mini Dorito and on into the 50. Bobby Avila's gonna look around, crawl around the backside, see if he can get a shot in on Daniel Holiday. AJ Trillett done battling with Holiday. Chad Bougier around the inside, dives into Snake 2. He's got Jason Edwards behind him. One of the best back players in the game right there. To have watching your back, standing over top of you as he dives into Snake 1. He's gonna watch the wire. Chad Bougier shooting across the field at AJ Trillett. Brad McCurley, he's down here in the Snake corner watching over Bobby Avilas. Nice duo right there for Infamous, but they lose AJ Trillett, the lone man on the Dorito side.
Bobby Avilas makes a move up into Snake 2, but with the body starting to drop for Infamous, he's just about to be cannon fodder for Chad Boucher as he launches. Nice job by Chad, as you know, Chad spent most of his time doing work on the Dorito side, but slipped over to the Snake side, and it looks like he's going to trade out with the last player, and that is going to give the first point to Tampa Bay Damage. So nice work, Jason Edwards and Chad over here on the Snake side. Good job by Rumsey to stay alive. Dan Holiday getting 2 kills on that point.
As Jason Edwards on your screen right there, behind the bunker.
This game brought to you by e.paintball.com. Run for players, by players, any playing style or skill level. They have what you need. Shop at epaintball.com for all your paintball needs. They run on pure passion. Any question or advice, get straight answers from the players who know the game inside and out. Go to e-paintball.com. And we'll be right back after this.
Welcome back, and thank you for accessing awesome paintball gear from RazaLife.com. Yeah, you know, Raza believes in creating something for absolutely everyone. You can customize any Raza jersey or have your own custom jersey designed just for you. Wow, Raza sure makes it easy to represent who you are and where you're from with custom jerseys, pants, and much more. You really can get in on the action and feast on all Raza has to offer by calling right away. So the story of the year right now is how Raza can really bring out the style your team is looking for. Thanks for checking out RazaLife.com. Come right back after watching this tournament.
Welcome back here. 17:04 on the clock. 1-0 is the score. Tampa Bay Damage with a slight lead here after that first point. Still lots of game to play. Can Infamous step up and take their second victory of the day, or is it going to be Tampa Bay Damage going 1-1? Because that's it. I mean, if Infamous wins this game, they go 2-0 on the day. And Damage, if they lose this game, they go 0-2. So this is a must-win situation for Damage. Each of these teams here in the Champs and Challengers division get 4 games to prove yourself. 4 games to decide who's going to, the top 4 teams going to be moving on, and then who has to play in the relegation games. So on the breakout, Infamous on your screen. Brad McCurley trying to get out Snake side. He gets taken out. So does Bobby Avilas as well. So just 3 players left alive for Infamous. Not a good break for them. Tampa Bay Damage is now starting to settle in and find those off-the-break shots, which is always a big, gigantic asset for them. They're really good at that. It's one of the things that they excel at out here in these matchups, and they take out Nikki Cuba as well. So now Keith Brown off to the races down the snake side, only looking at 2 guns, and still no one shooting at him over here.
Damian Ryan tries to fill out to the corner, and he gets shot in the pack on the way out. So just A.J. Trillett. He gets blown to bits, grabs a couple extra ones from Keith Brown. As Keith Brown gets all the way onto Infamous's side of the field. So pretty good job shooting on the break right there by Tampa Bay Damage, shooting the 2 bodies, Bobby Vilas and Brad McCurley, blowing the snake side immediately of LA Infamous. So we'll see how LA Infamous can bounce back from this, as they did not shoot a player for Tampa Bay Damage.
Ouch.
As soon as Damage walks this in, or as soon as Infamous blows the horn, or as soon as Chad Bougere decides to walk the flag in.
Yeah, Infamous not looking good in these first 2 points, especially this last point.
You know, but they've typically been slow starters, but I think that they need to pick it up a little bit.
Yeah, there we see one of those traditional slow starts. So they exactly got to pick it up, just like you said, Chris. We'll be right back after this.
Ever wonder why you feel so great after purchasing from buypbl.com? Let me show you. At BuyPBL, it all starts by selecting the best products on the market. We stock and test only the best to be sold directly to you. With thousands of products to choose from, we understand the importance of knowledgeable staff, and that's why our staff learns everything there is to know about life. Neil! How far does a king cobra spit his venom?
That's 10 feet, sir.
Beat it. Ordering online is simple, and once our team of experts deems that your order is complete, it gets to stamp. Why stamps? Because stamps are official. Once your order is packed, it's time to send your package on its way. No matter where you are in Canada, our team of shippers will get you your goods fast. How fast? Fast. So don't even waste your time shopping anywhere else. Life's too short to have bad shopping experiences. At buypbl.com, we got your back. Shop at buypbl.com. Feel free, alive, and incredibly rich.
So you're looking at Tampa Bay Damage getting set for this next point. 2-0 is the score, 15:39 to go. I'm Eddie Marshall alongside Todd Martinez and Chris. So you're watching the last game of the day here. Friday's competition, 2013 World Cup. There's Infamous Damian Ryan, his trademark skull face mask, and trying to get shots on the Dorito side for Tampa Bay Damage. Tampa Bay Damage losing Jason Edwards off the break.
And Drew Templeton getting shot coming out to the snake side for LA Infamous. Bobby Vilas goes to the can, and he successfully bumps out to the snake temple. Nicky Cuba catches the ball out of that Dorito can, leaving just Damian over there, who bumps up into the Dorito 1. So Infamous losing bodies early.
Man, Infamous just not looking good right now. On their heels every game on the break. And getting in the snake, Keith Brown going to work.
Yeah, Keith Brown's in a good spot here, right by the 50-yard line. Better field position than Infamous, that's for sure. And Keith Brown just chilling out in there, knows he has a lead, wants to play smart. Just suck those guns up, have everyone look at him. Try to loosen things up maybe for the Dorito side of the field, that D side. Over there, 2 players alive for Damage on that side, 14:32 to go. 3 bodies left alive for Infamous, 4 for Damage. Brown, Boucher, Holiday, and Rainey Stanzik left alive for Damage. Infamous has Kevin Rudolph, Damian Ryan, and Bobby Avilas. Oh, but Bobby getting shot out of the snake 1. And here comes Keith Brown, sees that death, and he moves up the field, trying to get a shot on Damian Ryan, who's doing all he can to keep Brown contained. That's going to be tough to do from that spot. Brown has a lot of bunker to work with, sure enough. Brown pops over the top, gets a shot on Damian Ryan. And here comes Chad trying to take out the last player left alive, Kevin Rudolph, stuck in that back corner bunker on that D side. And here comes Tampa Bay Damage after getting destroyed by San Antonio X Factor early on and getting a slow start. They have looked flawless so far here against Infamous.
Yep, and Infamous going to have to fight, get back in this, see if they can do it right after these messages.
So Infamous needs to pick it up here, and they are not showing Tampa Bay Damage much anything, as it's been all Tampa Bay. 3-0 is the score. Chad Boucher, kill leader for Tampa Bay. 4 confirmed kills for him, but looking at the guys taking the field for Infamous, this is their problem. Damian Ryan, no kills. Drew Templeton, 0. Bobby Aviles, goose-egged, and also AJ Trillett, he's got a fat 0-2. Only person that shot anybody for Infamous right now is Brad McCurley with 1. So we're going to need a little bit more out of Infamous if they want to contend with Tampa Bay, who's really hungry to prove that that last game against X Factor was a fluke.
And Drew Templeton able to get out alive. Brad McCurley coming up and across straight into Snake 2, getting aggressive over here on the Snake side. Damian Ryan now with Brad McCurley and Drew Templeton all over here on the Snake side. Shooting out Timmy Probst right away for Tampa Bay Damage, but Edwards, Bougere, Stanzak, and El Youssef still alive. Bougere over here in the Snake Temple. Jason Edwards on the inside, just pounding Brad McCurley, who is sitting in Snake 3. Jason Edwards gonna fill out to the Snake corner. El Youssef in that Dorito can. He's just shooting across. He's gonna come to Jason Edwards' old spot, Snake side can.
Oh, major penalty. So this is the opportunity that Los Angeles Infamous was hoping for. And now Tampa Bay Damage, El Youssef has a major penalty, and he's going to be in that box. And is it 2 majors?
I'm not sure exactly what happened.
No, I think Chad just ran in there to be safe.
Yeah. Well, I think what happened was Chad had dove into the Snake, got shot, and the ref running over, knowing that was an eliminated player, he has to go pick up the other player for the penalty.
Yeah, El Youssef, he was in the Dorito can. And Brad McCurley, being in that Snake 3, has a pretty good shot to pinch him out of there. So El Youssef left to the Snake side can, and he got shot on the way. And the referee on the Dorito side saw it, must have got shot in the pack or in the back, chased him down, and went and pulled Chad Bougere on the penalty. Ref just ran over there so furiously. Chad Bougere was like, I got a penalty? So he took off.
Yeah, well, this is what Infamous was looking for. A little bit of light, man, just a little gap here, and that's what they got. Let's see if they can take advantage of it. Going to be 1 minute and 48 seconds on that penalty. 3-1 the score, 12:39 to go. We'll be right back.
Going into these events, equipment's what matters. On our team, we're so talented. My job has fallen into like a role player's position. In order for Kyle or Brandon or Alex to make these moves, they need support so that we can win the tournament. And that's what I'm doing with this LV1. I'm able to go to a spot and get a lot of drop shots on people and really shoot just directly over a bunker where people think they're safe, and the next thing you know, I'm getting those kills. My name is Oliver Lang from San Diego Dynasty, and I shoot the LV1.
A&S Gear is having their World Cup Super Sale. We've got A&S pods for half off. A&S gas tanks starting as low as $99.95. We've got swabs so cheap that you can throw them away. You can get Nelson paint arriving at your door, $31.95. Jerseys, we've got them starting at $4.95. And pants, starting at $29.95. Shop now at ansgear.com and don't miss out on the biggest paintball sale ever.
So here we go, Tampa Bay Damage. Gonna have to play down a body. Ramzi El Youssef stuck in that box. 1 minute and 48 seconds to go on his penalty. Here we go. Damage getting set, 4 bodies alive for them. Infamous at full strength. Can Infamous take advantage of this power play? And they lose Brad McCurley right away. So Damage evens up the body count, and they get Keith Brown into the snake. And then it looks like Damian Ryan getting shot out of that center.
Drew Templeton.
Drew Templeton struggling today. Drew Templeton getting shot out of that center. And so all of a sudden, it's 3-on-3 as Dan Holiday took the walk early too. He's contributing, 5 confirmed kills for him. Jason Edwards 5 as well. 3-on-3. Trillett, Ryan, and DeVillis against Probst, Edwards, and Brown. So Infamous squandering a little bit of this opportunity here. Hopefully they can, for Infamous, they can still win this one, pull within one. But it's looking like Damage is going to be able to fight through this penalty.
Yeah, Bobby and AJ trying to force something over on that Dorito side. Damian Ryan coming out now to the Snake side temple. You got Keith Brown here in Snake 1. He sees Damian and puts the pressure on him from the outside, shoots him, and then comes all the way into Snake 3. Attacking down the field is AJ Trillett. Bobby Aviles gonna try and keep Keith Brown where he's at. Timmy Probst in that Dorito side can. Always alive for Tampa Bay Damage. Communicating very well. Trying to let his boys know where everybody is. AJ Trillett in that 50 Dorito. There's Keith Brown on your screen right there. And Infamous gonna blow that horn with 19 seconds left on the penalty, unable to capitalize on the major.
That is the worst thing that could have happened for Infamous right now. They got a gift, got that penalty, and you know who's incredibly happy right now? Rumsey El Youssef.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Still 19 seconds left on his penalty, but his boys just fought through it, scored the point. That's best case scenario for Damage, as they now go up 4-1 with 11 minutes and 10 seconds to go. So there still is a lot of time. I mean, 11 minutes and 10 seconds is a ton of time, but it's just not looking good for Infamous right now. They're not able to capitalize on opportunities. They're getting guys shot off the break. Some of their main guys just aren't able to get it done. So let's take a moment here to thank the platinum sponsors for the PSP: Empire Paintball, Dye Precision, GI Sports Paintball, Planet Eclipse, DLX Technologies, and the HK Army. All those companies have a lot of new products. Check out their websites. Let them know how much you appreciate them sponsoring the PSP and the webcast. If it wasn't for them, you would not be watching paintball and you wouldn't have this awesome tournament series to play. We'll be right back after a few words from these sponsors. We're back here, Fantasy of Flight, Polk City, Florida for the 2013 World Cup. Last game of the day, 11 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Beautiful afternoon here. A little hot, but hey, it's Florida. That's what you're gonna get down here. It's the price you pay for the sunshine.
Here comes Damian Ryan up the middle, up at the AUC. Tampa Bay Damage on their, not in their heels, but nice rolled out. Damian Ryan on the left-hand side of the screen, get up in the A on the break. And down here on the Snake side, look for him to jump in the Snake as soon as possible.
So they're able to shoot El Youssef coming out of the box, but they lose Bobby and Callie right away, both off that Dorito side for LA Infamous. So LA Infamous just losing bodies. Jason Edwards getting shot for Tampa Bay Damage. He comes running off the field along with El Youssef. Bumping up the field, Damian Ryan comes through the middle right now. He's going to get himself a confirmed kill as Rainey Stanzak walks off. So Infamous trying to get back in this game right now. Using Damian Ryan's move up the middle, but I mean, Infamous, they just keep losing bodies. When they lose 2 bodies, they keep coming off the same side. That's the problem. It's not like they lose a body on the Dorito side, lose a body on the Snake side. Damage is blowing one of Infamous sides on the break almost every game.
Yeah, well, at least finally for them that they were able to turn that around and they were able to start shooting out Tampa Bay Damage players off the break. Tampa Bay Damage losing 3 players off the break, and then they were able to finally get it done, put another point on the board. We got ourselves a 2-point match. So even though only 2 points separate these teams, this game's mostly been owned by Tampa Bay Damage. So Tampa Bay Damage, they can't pump the brakes right now. You know, they got Infamous on the ropes. They got to start putting them away. Infamous, they realized that, so then it's finally starting to fight back here and showing signs of life. Nice job by Nick Cuba, Drew Templeton, and Damian Ryan. Damian Ryan's got 5 kills. Drew 2, Nikki 2. So Nikki and Drew finally getting in this game, starting to contribute after some early deaths at the beginning of this match. And now with a little bit less than a minute to go before the start of this next point, can Infamous do that same thing again? Have they finally dialed their off-the-break shots in? Or is Damage going to change it up a little bit, maybe come with a different game plan? We'll see what Coach Skinny Kevin does with Damage's lineup here. And on the flip side, you know, Travis Lemansky and Greg Posey are tag team in the coaching duties for LA Infamous.
And there is Damian Ryan and Nikki Cuba. Nikki Cuba going to get back out here now for LA Infamous with Drew Templeton, Brad McCurley, and AJ Trillett. AJ Trillett doing a good job of getting up that Dorito side and being alive. But it's got to get help from his teammates. It's got to be a team effort. Infamous has to put something together, get some kills on the break, get some bodies alive. Tampa Bay Damage sending 3 hard to the Dorito side. Chad Bouger out here to the Snake side. Damian Ryan looks like he gets shot coming up to the A. So he comes walking off. Infamous loses another body. I think it's Drew Templeton. But they got Nikki Cube over here in the Snake Temple. Still alive. And Brad McCurley coming out of the Snake corner. He dives into Snake 1. Chad Bouger in the Snake can. He comes over to the Snake Temple, up towards the pin and across directly into Snake 2 through the gap. Rainey Stanzak, he's now in the Snake can.
And I think Chad might have got a shot cross field on, I think that's Nikki Cuba over there.
Nikki Cuba's right here in the Snake Temple.
Oh yeah, sorry, it's AJ Trillett over there then. So Brad McCurley and Nikki Cuba trying to get it done on the Snake side. So yeah, AJ did take that hit cross field from Chad Boucher. A nice job by Chad, dives in. He knows that lane immediately, listened to his coach, and boom, got that shot cross field. So now only 2 players left alive, facing 5 bodies for Infamous is Nikki Cuba and Brad McCurley. So, you know, Damage doesn't have to go anywhere right now. They're gonna play this smart. They're gonna slow play the Dickens out of this point. They don't need to do anything. They could just chill in their bunkers, roll their guns, let the time tick off. It's totally on, yeah, and then Brad McCurley just head checking out each one. Brad McCurley is going to be frustrated here with Infamous' second game here against Damage.
Yeah, and also Nikki's going to get lit up here. That's going to put him up 5-2 now in favor of Tampa Bay Damage. 5 alive again for Tampa Bay Damage. Looking really solid this game. Or on the flip side, Infamous just isn't looking as good as they did last time.
Yeah, team like Damage, pretty resilient, you know. It's going to be hard to take a beating like that. Think they're not going to come back. Skinny Kevin, intelligent coach.
So check out the fantasy points for Chad Boucher's kills total for the year, 114, kill to death ratio, and then his fantasy points. And you can obviously follow your fantasy status online. Hope you were able to get a team in. If not, get ready for 2014, man. It's going to be awesome. Had a good response from the fantasy league, even though we only had it open up for about a week before World Cup. 8 minutes and 41 seconds to go. 5-2 is the score. It's been all Tampa Bay Damage pretty much here, except for a few brief moments where Infamous looked good, but not good enough.
No, Tampa Bay Damage, you know, with that 5-2 lead, you know, Infamous just hasn't looked solid enough to be able to threaten Tampa Bay Damage's 3-point spread right now. Going into the 8th point of this match, if Infamous is going to get anything done, they need to have a big game right here. Tampa Bay Damage, like you said, Maddie, they don't have to go anywhere. They got to get out to their spots alive, roll their guns, and just keep that clock ticking. But if they just continue to have the success shooting people on the break like they do, then, you know, this game could be over before that 8 minutes and 41 seconds is up.
So there it is, 2,100 fantasy points for Chad Boucher so far. 8 kills. Chad's doing good, man. I'll give Chad a lot of respect. He dislocated his shoulder badly a week ago, and he's never done that. It's not like one of those guys that has a bum shoulder and he's used to dealing with it. It's a new thing for Chad. Chad's a pretty graceful guy. He doesn't really throw his body. He does throw his body around, and he's got great burst speed. But you don't see Chad flailing a lot, diving into bunkers. But he told me that he heard it. Basically, saw a guy making a move as he was kind of diving in, and he brought his gun up as he was trying to get in, and it ended up kind of rolling awkward on it, dislocated it, and he didn't know if he was going to be able to play, but he's playing great even with that bum shoulder. Let's check in with Lauren Kelly on the sidelines.
Hey guys, I am down here in the infamous pit with Travis Lemansky. You guys are down 3 points against Damage, but you've been in this situation before and you've come back. So what do you need to do to make sure you get points on the board and you can tie it up? You have over 8 minutes.
Basically, we just need to hit those shots on the break and get out alive. Like these guys are really good at crossing it up, so when they don't need to come, they're not going to.
With it being such an open field, what's the best strategy to get kills off of the break?
I think those cross shots are really good on the break. There's a little pitted zone, too, that's pretty good.
All right, we'll see if they can get those shots off the break and get some points on the board.
So pitted.
Well, they need to get some points on the board because they're down by 3 right now with 8 minutes and 41 seconds to go. And just, they haven't really looked good this game. Damage has been controlling the pace of the action across the board, shooting more players off the break, making the better moves, winning the close points. Infamous does have 2, though, and with well over 8 minutes to go, they could get back in this match, but they really need some of their core guys to step up. Damian Ryan's got 5 kills, but that's not the 6 that Chad has from Tampa Bay Damage. So, Damian needs to look at Chad and be like, you know what? I'm as good as he is. I'm going to step up, put the team on my back. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to get us back into this match, and it's going to happen right now. And then Brad McCurley, AJ, and Bobby Aviles, 3 confirmed kills between the 3 of them. All game long, not tournament, but game long.
Yeah,
that's not going to get it done.
And it's tough to, try and be like, what are we not doing right when you just keep losing bodies on the break? And sometimes, there just isn't a whole lot you can do about it. Sometimes the team just shoots really good lanes on the break, and you just got to play and keep trying to fight through it. But man, Drew Templeton has got to be getting frustrated over there. He's been shot on the break almost every game he's played. He is definitely one of their better players.
Well, at least for Infamous, here comes Brad McCurley, who's definitely a clutch guy. He won the tournament for Infamous in Chicago last year. And Brad McCurley talked about a guy that's got a bad shoulder. He blew his shoulder out too and dislocated it at the last event, played on it and played well. So they were able to shoot Chad Boucher off the break there, and that helped him out. And then Brad McCurley doing work over here, snake side of the field, gets himself 2 and gonna hang that flag up. So nice job, Infamous. Now, got to sell a 2-point game. Damage, don't sleep on Infamous. This is what Infamous needs right now. They could mount up a comeback. Nice job by Brad McCurley, and we will be right back after this.
PaintballDojo.com. Support your favorite pro teams. Get your name printed on pro team gear. PaintballDojo.com. Lifestyle gear for players. Full color and completely custom options. You can build custom designs straight from our website. Gear available for both men and women. PaintballDojo.com. Lifestyle gear for players.
So let's check out some of the things happening tomorrow. Saturday event schedule. They got pretty much an event on the hour every hour from 12 to 2. 12 o'clock, Tampa Bay Damage is going to be signing up some autographs, some posters. 1, LA Ironman, and then at 2, the Nerf Challenge I-4 giveaway. It's hilarious to watch. You got to go check that out. People try to shoot a Nerf dart, stick it on an I-4. If you do it, you win the goggle. But it's kind of comical. HK Army, 1 o'clock. They got San Diego Dynasty. Make sure you get there early for that. The line for the HK Army Dynasty signing, and same for the Tampa Bay Damage and the Ironman signings, is going to be ridiculous. So you're going to want to make sure you get your place in line so you don't have to wait forever.
Tampa Bay Damage also giving away 100 shirts at their signing.
For real?
First 100 guys get a shirt.
Yeah, and there will be 100 people there, so make sure you get there in time.
At least 400 teams. Just do the math. Just a quick math.
Yeah.
You know, 400 teams by how many people you
Well,
think?
I think there's something like 3,600 players here at least.
So let's just 400 plus families plus friends.
Totally, it's
400
ridiculous.
teams. Let's
I mean,
just say.
well, let's put it this way: the lines when we have
Hot
100
chicks, babies.
when we ninjas, midgets, there's so many people here. No, but the thing is I mean, those lines for those signings, no joke. At our tournaments that have 160 teams are ridiculously long. Right. So you want to make sure you get there. If you are here at the event, make sure you get there early for those signings.
I'm just saying 15 people. 15 people per team, 400 teams. That's 6,000 people. That's a guesstimate. And that's a lot of people.
Hey, man, it's the World Cup, man.
I mean, look at
it. Of course.
Look what you got here. I mean, look at the size of this compound we have.
Yeah, ridiculous amount of fields. It's a biggest event in years, man. It's awesome. Paintball's on the upswing. It's awesome to see, getting to meet people from all over the world here. Such a communal field, man. If you haven't been to the World Cup, you're out there watching, it's an experience. You're into paintball, you gotta come to this one. It's a must-make event. The VIPs, the stands are packed, VIPs packed. And parking lots, it's madhouse here, so.
Yeah, look at them, just the amount of fields that are out here. Here we go on the breakout. LA Infamous doubles up the Dorito side can, then Damien launches straight up to the A. Keith Brown, he goes out to the snake side temple. Chad Bougere sees Damien. He's going to come through and trade out with him right away and then get blown to bits. So that's going to allow Brad McCurley to come across and jump into Snake 2 right away. Keith Brown, he's got Timmy Probst with him, Jason Edwards, and Daniel Holiday. Timmy Probst in that Dorito side can, working straight ahead. Daniel Holiday over there in that Dorito corner. That's Nikki Cuba on your screen right there. Number 9, LA Infamous in the snake side temple. And he gets shot standing up too tall over the top of his bunker.
So I think Nicky might have dropped one in on Jason Edwards before he got shot, or maybe it was Brad McCurley, and then Brad McCurley's going to run down Keith Brown. Still lots of players left alive for Infamous to hang it up.
Look at that, Infamous down 5-2, able to come back and put 2 quick points on the board.
Drew Templeton clocking in to get a kill. He got shot on Timmy Probst. Brad McCurley got himself a 3-pack, running down Keith Brown, shot Jason Edwards and Dan Holiday, and then Chad Bougere traded out with Damian Ryan. So, but hey, look at that, Infamous. This is what they needed, man. They needed to, everyone's watching right now. All the other teams are out here scouting them, and they saw the win that they had against Aftershock 7-5. Wasn't pretty, but hey, it was a win. And then now coming out here and letting Damage put a bunch of points up on them, but now fighting back here and pulling within 1, just under 7 minutes to go. That's the fight in Infamous, though.
Yeah, that is the fight in Infamous.
So let's check out Saturday's schedule here for the webcast. Lots of great games coming at you tomorrow. Starting off bright and early, 8:15 Eastern time. Moscow Red Legion going to be taking on 187 crew, then Houston Heat, Los Angeles Ironman, followed by Dynasty, 187 crew, and then Ironman, Moscow Red Legion, Dynasty Heat. That will close out the morning bracket. So share these times across your social networks. Let everybody know the best teams in the world are battling to see who's going to be crowned World Cup champions. Tomorrow starts to get really interesting, and we'll keep you updated on who's in and who's not. And then after the lunch break, where we're going to have the premiere of Planet Eclipse's new roster series starring San Antonio X Factor. Very interesting look behind the scenes at a very fascinating team. And then we're going to have some Challengers League games. Vicious 1-1 on today, taking on the Jesters. And then Thunder, Sacramento Excessive. Then X Factor Aftershock, Impact Infamous. 3:45 will be Damage and Aftershock. 4:30 Infamous X Factor. And to close the day out, damage, and impact. That's a crazy game to close the day out. That might have implications.
I would love to see that, because you know it come down to plus minus, you know, games.
Well, Chris, we got you chained up here. You can't go anywhere. You're gonna have to watch it.
That's fine. I'm enjoying this up here. I'll tell you right now, I'd rather be up here with my boys than down there sweating, getting my face blown off by these guys.
So here, look at this, Brad McCurley. You know, Brad McCurley is a clutch player, man. I'll tell you that. He, when the team starts getting down and he's got to start trying to get things done, he's proved himself that he's capable of that. So can he do it again? We will see. In real good field position right now for infamous Brad McCurley, looking pretty good here. Chad Boucher coming off early, as well as Dan Holliday, the two guys with high kill counts for Tampa Bay Damage, doing work for them. Damage still has Rainey Stanzik, Jason Edwards, and Ramzi El-Yusuf, but looking at 5 bodies alive for Infamous. So Infamous looking like they could tie this up. If Infamous comes back and win this game, it's a big win for them, man.
Yes.
And a huge loss for Damage, because that would put them 0-2 on the day.
Hey, Matty, you asked for it. You know, you said who's going to step up.
Look at
Damian
that.
Ryan needs to step up. He starts attacking that middle, but Brad McCurley getting it done for LA Infamous over here. 3 straight points, 3 straight trips to the snake, getting down here and stacking his kill count. Doing a good job for LA Infamous. That is the fight in these guys that sometimes takes a little bit longer to get out, but once these guys get going, and you know, a big thing too, Drew Templeton past couple games able to get out to his spot alive. Been tough run-ins for him past few points, but now that he's able to be out there live, support Brad, Bobby Aviles able to go in and hang the flag and even this game up at 5 apiece, getting Damage and Infamous. So.
Yeah, so it looks like Brad McCurley, 3,100 fantasy points for him. So if you got Brad on your team, you know, I really like Brad. He's got a great head on his shoulders, came up the hard way, and, you know, spent some time getting mashed down on Aftershock by the old school, you know, Midwest players, and then earned his chops, came up, and really, I think, really made the big name for himself last year in Chicago when in sudden death overtime shot 4 Moscow Red Legion players to help you guys win the tournament. You were there for that. You were coaching the team at the time. How proud were you for Brad McCurley at that particular moment? And also now proud that in these situations, just like at the last event, you know, Brad, in these situations, he's getting in there. And also got to give our props to Damian Ryan. He's starting to stack up those kills too and starting to get it done for Infamous.
Every player on that roster, you know, even my boy Zach Patient, who's at home watching this game right now, you know, every guy on that team, you know, they believed that they had a chance, you know, and all it took was a little bit, you know, that little extra bit, you know, and able to reach that level, to reach that success, to get that one victory, you know, to help these guys believe that they could do it every time, you know, because you know in your heart, but until you actually get one of those, then you're like, yes, I can do this, and I can do it again and again and again. And I feel like that tournament right there was what propelled this team to be the team that they are now for what they're capable of.
And there's Damian Ryan, 4,800 fantasy points for him, getting it done. Had such a great season, such a standout season for him. Regardless, win or lose for Infamous, Damian Ryan, hell of a year for him. And then on the flip side, Tampa Bay Damage won the last event and did not play well in their first game against San Antonio X Factor, but trying to get this victory here. They still got a chance, obviously, but they can't let Infamous just start walking all over them right now. Damage has got to step up.
Oh, and there goes El-Yusuf out of the snake corner for for Tampa Bay Damage.
El-Yusuf not really having a good game, Todd. Only 1 kill for him, and that's a player who really had put some work in for Damage this season, but not having a good game right now.
Doubled up, Damian Ryan, Nicky Cuba in that Dorito can with AJ Trillett in front of them. That's Drew Templeton on your screen. He's gonna switch hands, jump across into Snake 1 and work down the wire. Almost got a shot in on Keith Brown. Filling out to the snake side corner. And not able to fill out to the snake side corner is Jason Edwards. He gets chopped up. So look at LA Infamous right now with the momentum and the bodies up 5-on-3. Talk about this a lot, Matty. Damage, one of those teams that's really good at fighting back down bodies. Infamous have worked and taught themselves over time to be disciplined in these situations and not throw away the bodies.
Hey, Infamous slowly but surely worked their way back into this match.
Yes, and as more time ticks off this clock right now, the more and more this game goes in the favor of LA Infamous. Because Damage, if they're unable to get some kills, as Drew Templeton comes across.
I'd say blow the horn.
No, is that Drew Templeton?
It's 5-on-2 right now.
Drew Templeton comes across and shoots Rainey Stanzak out of that Dorito can.
It's 5-on-2. You got to blow the horn right now. It's
I agree with
under
you.
4 minutes. If you blow the horn, you have 4 minutes to come back and score a point. If you keep letting this go down, I mean, Keith Brown's not in a good spot to fight back 5-on-2. And LA Infamous could just slow play this and take it down so far and still score the point.
Yeah, Skinny Kevin's sitting there watching his guys right now, standing right next to the scoreboard. He's thinking about it.
Well, they got a shot on Drew Templeton. So Drew Templeton dropping the ball, gets shot by Keith Brown. So this is exactly what Skinny Kevin hoped for. But it might be a little scary though, because it's still 4-on-2. So he's going to need to get another quick kill, because that just might give a little too much hope for them to not blow the horn. Then enough time goes down. Infamous gets the point, still 4-on-2. Infamous cannot lose this. You can't lose this high body situation. We've seen teams throw these situations away here today.
Well, here's the thing. Skinny Kevin knows that his players are good at chopping up players trying to push into them.
But they don't have the lead. But they don't have the lead yet, though.
Nobody has the lead.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So maybe is SK playing for the tie?
He's playing for the tie. I believe he's playing for the tie because his guys have not been shooting people on the break.
You know what? That's a good point, Todd. You're right. That makes logical sense. Because think about it. No, you don't want to throw away the winning point necessarily in a situation. Then you got to go get that point back. So basically, he's riding and dying on the fact that Keith Brown is going to pull this out. And got to be careful. That might
here comes a major penalty on Infamous now.
Oh, wow.
Well, how are you going to,
Wow, Bobby Aviles just ran down Keith Brown, and they gave Bobby Aviles a major on that.
Now blow the horn.
But
now,
Nicky Cuba, who made that move up the Dorito side, luckily for Infamous, still had the bodies. But now...
Infamous gets the point,
though. Infamous is going to have the lead, but they're going to be playing with 4 bodies.
Yeah, but only for a minute or 2:12. 2:12 on the clock. Things just got really interesting. Bobby Aviles gets that major penalty.
Check this out.
Yeah.
2 minutes on the major, 2:12 on the game clock. If this comes down to it, we could see a body come flying out of that penalty box with 12 seconds left to go in the game.
And that's enough. You can run the length of the field in 12 seconds.
I couldn't. I could have a long time ago.
Maybe now, but I mean, two knee.
I might get to the flag.
2 knee injuries and 5 years ago, baby, you would have been smoking down there.
Yeah, like the 6th time you turned 29, you easily would have made it.
No, but yeah, you're right. Like most of these athletes out here can make it from flag station to flag station in about 9 seconds, I think.
I think that's legit.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think that's legit. I think maybe even quicker than that. Feels not that long. And I think 12 seconds is enough time for him to run out the box, grab that flag, and hang it. Totally, obviously, depending on the situation. I mean, that's saying that it's going to get chaotic enough that that's what's going to happen. So it's just one of those situations. Who knows, man? But I'll tell you what. Here we go. Los Angeles Infamous. Wow, what a comeback! Able to put some points on the board, slowly but surely, eating away at Tampa Bay Damage's lead, and Damage. But I think we're seeing this. I don't think you can play that conservative on this field, man. I really don't think you can. Because look at what just happened, Finally, Infamous is like, all right, we're going to make our moves. We're going to start trying to push forward, push aggressive. And they started making those spots. Damage started dropping lanes. Infamous starts racking points up. And Damage was trying to play that slow, methodical, slow and smart. Same thing that Dynasty did earlier that didn't work against the Ironman. That slow, smart paintball, which sometimes works great. I mean, these guys have won tournaments, championships doing that, but it's not working against Infamous right now. Here we go. This could be the last point. Is Infamous going to take it here? Whoa. Tampa Bay Damage. Oh, Chad Boucher doing a little spin move out there. Whirling Dervish ends up getting shot, trying to get up in the center of the field, and then things are not looking good for Damage. They lose Holiday as well. And now 3 bodies alive for Tampa Bay. And Damian Ryan got shot. Bobby Aviles is in the box. Here comes Drew Templeton, Brad McCurley. So he takes the walk early.
Yeah,
things are getting crazy. Did Brad get shot trying to make it in there?
No, Brad got shot in there, but he couldn't see. He was looking at the sun and couldn't see that somebody posted up on him. I think that was actually Jason Edwards. And now here comes down the snake.
Yeah,
that's Ramzi Al-Yusuf.
Brad just had to not die over here in that snake. But he gets shot, come up with a field, saw the bodies walking off. Rainey Stanzak going to come running into the 50 Dorito right now. 2 bodies still alive for LA Infamous, AJ Trillett and Drew Templeton. Drew Templeton going to come out wide, looking to get a shot And LA Infamous just throwing bodies right at Tampa Bay Damage. All they had to do was stay alive. 1 minute left to go now, 58 seconds. And here comes Rainey Stanzak. Oh, and AJ Trillett gets a shot in on Rainey Stanzak. It's a 2-on-1. Rumsey El-Youssef crosses onto Infamous's side of the field. He's all the way down at the end of the snake. It's Jason Edwards. Oh, and AJ Trillett gets a shot in on Rumsey El-Youssef. It's a 1-on-1. Jason Edwards in the 50 Dorito against AJ Trillett. A 3-on-1 right now.
39 seconds left to go.
And in 12 seconds, Bobby Aviles will be coming out of the box. Jason Edwards going to have to run back to go get that flag.
Well, he's got to be careful and not drop the ball here. I mean, awesome move by Jason. You know, that's why he's one of the best.
5 seconds left in the.
But he's going to have to gun up here. He might be able to hang it in time. He's going to dive in. Superman dive in, and the hang is good. It's going to be a tie game here.
Wow.
Wow, best game of the day here. 14 seconds to go. Infamous fighting back. They were able to take the lead, tie it up, then take the lead. But then here comes Tampa Bay Damage. Wow, that was a chaotic point, but Jason Edwards heads up play, runs the last player down, and then had enough time to go and grab that flag. So at the start, we're going to have 2 seconds left on that major penalty for Bobby Aviles.
Yeah, they're discussing it right now, the referees. It looked like Jason Edwards and AJ Trillett may have traded there at the very end, but the referee.
Well, you know, I mean, I don't think that they actually traded. He got a good shot on him. If they didn't trade and he did shoot Jason Edwards, that should have been a penalty anyway. But I mean,
Jason Edwards taking the ball, going, winning a 1-on-1, and coming down and hanging the flag with just a couple seconds before Bobby Aviles was due to come out of the box and blaze him.
Wow.
So good heads-up move by Jason Edwards to recognize the clock.
Well, and also normally if it's under 10 seconds, burn the clock off, and then they start anew for the not sudden death, because it's not sudden death in the prelims. Now what happens is in the prelims, put 3 minutes on the clock in the overtime period, and if nobody wins a point in 3 minutes, which is totally possible on this field, it's a tie game, which really throws a monkey wrench in the works for the overall rankings to see who's going to move on to Sunday. But if somebody wins that overtime point, obviously they're going to be the victor. What happens on Sunday in that situation is if 3 minutes expires and nobody wins, then we go to a shootout, one-on-ones, which is my favorite thing to watch.
yes.
Hopefully, we've only seen one of those this year, and it was DC Devastation when Brandon Ravikoff was one of the heroes. So here we go. This game brought to you by e-paintball.com. Last seconds of regulation, 10 seconds to go, all tied up at 6. Damage versus Infamous. And we are going to see an overtime point. Body's coming off for Damage, got to give it to them. They're going hard, but it's not going to matter because we will head to an overtime period. Wow.
What a good game.
Wow, what a great game to end the day, man. Wow. I mean, you know, Damage came out firing, went up some points on Infamous. Infamous was like, hey, we can't let this. Are you kidding me? We're going to let this happen here, World Cup? And they came back, were able to take the lead, but then Jason Edwards, there's a reason he was, that he's one of the best. I mean, he was the 2012 People's Choice Award winner. And then now we are heading to overtime. This is awesome. 6-6, 3 minutes are going to be put on the clock. Who are these teams going to send out to play this overtime point?
So Infamous,
Bobby Aviles, Nikki Cuba,
Damian Ryan.
Brad McCurley.
Yep. And on the flip side, Rumsey El-Youssef, Keith Brown, Chad Boucher, Timmy Probst. One of those three.
Daniel Holiday, Jason Edwards, Rainey Stanzak,
If Edwards
Chad
can go.
Boucher.
Did you see Edwards? He was down a little bit for a second. Maybe he knocked the wind out of himself diving in there.
He'll go.
He'll go, yeah.
It's Jason Edwards.
And he's a tank.
So hot right now.
So we couldn't ask for a better way to end this. Here, 6-6, tied up. Tampa Bay Damage and Infamous. And Damian Ryan starts coming on the field. They send out Brad McCurley as well for Infamous. Let's check in real quick with Lauren Kelly on the sidelines.
Hey guys, I'm down here in the Damage pit with Paul Everett. You guys are going into overtime tied 6-6. What's running through your mind right now knowing that this is the game point?
This is a bloody knuckles battle. You play a team like this and you know it's going to be a fight to the end, so you got to have that tenacity to fight through it, and hopefully our guys come down with some grit and pull this one out.
All right, well, we have 21 seconds. We'll see who's going to take this win.
Let's go, boys.
Yeah, straight up, man. This is bloody knuckles, gritty game. That's exactly what we expected to see here, or we're hoping to see at least. Tampa Bay Damage has won this event before. It's been a couple years, but they won the last event. And one of the top teams out there, Infamous, struggling for relevance here in the professional division. And here we go. Who's going to win this match, or is it going to be a tie?
It's going to be one in the break, I think, right here. Brad McCurley making a nice move all the way out to the
I
snake.
think he got nicked heading in there. He might have got clipped, and
Also-
yeah, he did.
Also losing number 3, Drew Templeton. And on the flip side, number 13, Jason Edwards taking the walk as well. So it's 4-on-3 right now.
So 2 gone for Infamous, 1 gone for Tampa Bay Damage. It's 4-on-3, 6-6, 2 minutes and 34 seconds to go. Brad McCurley, incredibly slow walk-off here. Very frustrated that he got shot trying to make it all the way. That was a crazy play. That was a gutsy move, trying to send him all the way to snake 2 off the break here.
He just
But
barely.
you only have 3 minutes to work with, though. That's the thing.
Oh, there goes another one of Infamous players down. That's Bobby Aviles.
It's not
so
a,
4-on-2 right now.
Not a good death for Bobby out of his bunker, but he couldn't get small enough because Damage has penetration here, snake side of the field. Only 2 minutes to go. 2 players left alive for Infamous. 4 left alive for Damage. Probst, Boussier, Holiday, and Brown left on the field for Tampa Bay Damage. Good field position. As number 17, Keith Brown. And then he moves past the 50-yard line for Damage.
And he gets clipped.
He gets clipped too. Who got that shot
That
in
was a
on him?
crossfield shot from the Dorito.
But nobody looking Dorito side here. And here comes Dan Holiday.
Getting 2-pack.
No, I think he did.
And here comes a major penalty on Damian Ryan.
And Damian Ryan doesn't care. That's the end of the game. Damian Ryan's going to flip out right now.
And there goes another one.
It doesn't carry over. It doesn't matter at this point. Damian just begging the ref for it right now, saying he shot Holiday. So what a great heads-up move by Dan Holiday, running down, shooting out A.J. Trillett after A.J. got that amazing shot on Keith Brown. So congratulations to Tampa Bay Damage, who take the closest game of the day, 7-6 in overtime. Wow.
What a game.
What a game.
Very entertaining.
So Infamous is down 5-2, comes back, goes up 6-5, is in control of the 6-5 point in a I think they were up 4-on-2.
That's a lot of numbers you're throwing at me right now.
Let me get my calculator
2,
out.
4, 5, 7. Count all these Infamous Damage bodies.
4-on-2 situation, and they just charge up the field and throw the bodies away, allow Damage to tie the game up, and then send it to overtime, and Damage comes through with a big overtime win to make sure that they don't go 0-2. Start out their World Cup in their hometown.
So both those teams going 1-1 on the day. Wow, that was crazy. X Factor also went 1-1. Looks like Impact got to be our favorite right now, as Impact went 2-0. Let's check in with Lauren Kelly here before we sign off. She's with Jason Edwards, the victor.
Hey guys, I'm down here on the sidelines with Jason Edwards of Damage. You guys just won 7-6 in overtime against Infamous. It was an amazing match. You tied up 6-6 to go into overtime when there was only 2 seconds left in the penalty box. What were you thinking as you were running down the field?
Honestly, I think I was more mad at my own teammates because we had a 3-on-1 against him. So in my head, I think I was just shoot him as much as I could and grab the flag and hang it before the guy gets out of the box.
All right. In addition to being up bodies, you also were ahead 3 points and you let them come back. Overall, how do you feel the team performed and what can you improve for tomorrow?
Basically, our biggest flaw right now is teamwork for sure. We're all coming in the pit saying that we're not hearing each other talk, calling out key bunkers, and working together to get those last kills. Being up like that, we should have easily, known they were going to come up the middle and dive across in the snake. So teamwork's our biggest flaw right now.
All right. Well, you guys did win. You were 1 for 1 for the first day, so it's Infamous. We'll have to see what happens tomorrow.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
So what an amazing gutsy performance at the end there by Tampa Bay Damage to take the victory against LA Infamous. And what a great day of paintball that we saw so far, man. A World Cup, we expected this, 400 teams here from all over the world, 20 best teams throwing down the Champs and Challengers division, and we saw some blowouts today, we saw some upsets. Crazy day of paintball. I expect the same thing tomorrow.
Yeah, can't wait to see those other games. Got a good schedule for tomorrow. First good couple games, got the Challengers games in the morning.
Let's first, before we get to tomorrow, let's go through the games for today. So first up, it was San Jose Royalty taking on Sacramento DMG, beating them in a NorCal battle 7-3, and Chattanooga CEP 3-7, losing to Texas Storm Texas Storm playing well in that particular matchup. Houston Heat winning a close one against Upton 187 crew, who came in firing against the defending 2012 champs. And then San Diego Dynasty 7-2 over Moscow Red Legion, good win for them. And then the Ironmen dominated Upton 187 crew 7-1. That took Upton to 0-2 on the day. The Houston Heat defeating Moscow Red Legion, and that was one of the craziest games that we saw. Moscow just pretty much defeated themselves by penalties, unfortunately for them, and which made Moscow go 0-2 on the day. So big day for them tomorrow. They're gonna have to win out to have any shot whatsoever to advance forward. And then San Diego Dynasty. When was the last time we got San Diego Dynasty or saw San Diego Dynasty get skunked by anybody? Well, it happened today. San Diego Dynasty losing 4-0 to the LA Ironmen, who look really solid, and they went 2-0 on the day. And then after that, Edmonton Impact defeated Chicago Aftershock 7-1. Tampa Bay Damage losing, getting blown out by San Antonio X Factor, who looked phenomenal in that match. X Factor, and then it was Infamous and Chicago Aftershock 7-5. Infamous with that victory, squeaked it out. And then Impact 7-2 up over X Factor, who dropped the ball in that one, did not bring the same game they brought in the first match. They went 1-1. Tampa Bay Damage going 1-1 as well in this awesome match that we just saw. So wow, what a great day, man! Such a great day. So we still got a little bit more couple updates here and what's going on tomorrow. And it looks like we have Lauren Kelly with an update on the Challengers side of things down on the sidelines. Let's check it out.
It has been a great first day here in Orlando, Florida for World Cup. I wanted to bring a quick overview of what happened on the Challengers field, though, since you guys didn't get to see it. Royalty was the only team that went completely undefeated for the first day. Vicious won versus Thunder, but then they lost to Excessive by 1 point. CEP, Storm, Top Gun are 1-for-1 as well. DMG lost both of their games, so they are 0-for-2. Jesters and Excessive only played one game due to Tauntauns breaking out, but we'll be back with more Challengers tomorrow after lunch. Vicious will be taking on Jesters, and then Thunder versus Excessive. It will be good, and we'll be bringing you updates from the sidelines.